Hello everyone. Today I will tell you a story. The story is titled, Boy Found a New Sleeping Spot Inside My Plant Pot. Please like and subscribe to my channel if you appreciate me. You can skip this if you don't and oppose like this video. Thank you very much. The story begins as follows. Good morning vlog. Today started like any other ordinary day in my house. I woke up, made myself a cup of coffee, stretched lazily, and prepared to water my plants. The sun was gently shining through the window, giving everything that soft, cozy glow that makes you feel like today is going to be calm and uneventful. Or so I thought. As I walked toward my favorite corner of the room, the one with all my beloved green plants, I noticed something strange. One of my largest plant pots looked a little different. The soil seemed uneven, the leaves were slightly bent, and for a brief second, I honestly thought maybe I had overwatered it last night. Then the plant pot moved. Not a big movement, just a tiny shift, enough to make me freeze in place. I blinked. I leaned closer, and suddenly, two sleepy eyes slowly opened from inside the pot. Yes, inside the plant pot. There was Boy, my dog, my sweet, curious, slightly mischievous boy, curled up comfortably in the soil like a fluffy loaf of bread, his chin resting on the edge of the pot, leaves gently brushing his ears. He looked at me as if to say, "Oh, you're awake already?" I burst out laughing. Boy didn't even flinch. He let out a small yawn, stretched one paw, and adjusted his position deeper into the pot. Apparently, while I was sleeping peacefully in my bed, Boy had gone on a midnight adventure and decided that my plant pot was the perfect new sleeping spot. And just like that, my calm morning turned into today's vlog episode. Why is my dog sleeping in a plant pot? If Boy could talk, I imagine his side of the story would go something like this. Last night, after everyone had gone to sleep, Boy wandered around the house. His usual bed was fine, soft, warm, familiar, but maybe it felt too normal. Boy is the kind of dog who believes life is an adventure, even at 2 a.m. As he passed by the plants, something caught his attention. The smell of fresh soil, the coolness of the ceramic pot, the gentle rustle of leaves. To Boy, it wasn't a plant pot. It was a nature-inspired luxury sleeping suite. He probably stepped inside carefully at first, testing the soil with his paws. It was cool and slightly damp, perfect for regulating body temperature. The pot hugged his body just right, making him feel safe and snug, like a nest. And the smell? Oh, the smell. Earthy, natural, calming. Boy circled a few times, as dogs always do before lying down, then plopped himself right in the middle. A leaf rested on his head like a tiny green hat. He sighed, the kind of sigh that says, "Yes, this is it. This is where I belong." While I was dreaming in my bed, Boy was dreaming in a plant pot. The next morning, when I tried to gently call his name, Boy, he barely responded. He opened one eye, wagged his tail just once, and went right back to sleep. Clearly, this wasn't an accident. This was a choice. After the initial surprise and a lot of laughing, I sat on the floor next to Boy. I didn't rush to move him. I didn't scold him. I just watched him sleep, surrounded by leaves and soil, looking oddly peaceful. Of course, part of me worried about the plant. The soil was messy, and a few leaves were bent. But then I noticed something else. Boy was being surprisingly gentle. He hadn't dug wildly or destroyed anything. He had simply adapted himself to the space. So I grabbed my phone and started filming. "Good morning, everyone," I whispered to the camera. Today's episode is about how my dog found a better bed than mine inside a plant pot. As the day went on, Boy eventually woke up fully. He climbed out of the pot slowly, stretched, shook off a bit of dirt, and looked extremely proud of himself. His tail wagged like he had just achieved something important. I cleaned him up, fixed the plant, and, after a moment of thought, I placed an old cushion near the plants. Guess where Boy chose to sleep later that afternoon? Right next to the plants. Not inside the pot this time, but close enough to feel the same calm energy. That's when it hit me. Boy wasn't being naughty. He wasn't trying to make a mess. He was simply responding to his instincts. Dogs are closer to nature than we are. They listen to temperature, texture, smell, and comfort in ways we often ignore. While I decorate my house based on aesthetics, Boy chooses spaces based on how they make him feel. And maybe there's something we can learn from that. Watching Boy sleep in my plant pot made me realize something important about our modern lives. We often focus too much on rules, appearances, and what things are supposed to be. A plant pot is for plants. A dog bed is for dogs. A couch is for humans. Everything has its assigned place. But animals don't live that way. Boy chose the plant pot because it felt cool, safe, and peaceful. He trusted his instincts instead of social rules. And in doing so, he reminded me that comfort, safety, and happiness don't always come from expensive or correct choices. They come from listening to ourselves. This moment also strengthened the bond between us. Instead of reacting with anger, I chose understanding. That small decision turned a potential problem into a memory full of laughter and warmth. Living with animals teaches us patience, empathy, and flexibility. They rely on us not just for food and shelter, but for emotional safety. In today's fast-paced world, we can learn from Boy. Slow down, find simple comfort, respect nature, and be gentle with animals, with others, and with ourselves. When humans and animals live together with kindness and understanding, even a plant pot can become a place of connection, not conflict.